How close were we to signing an attacking midfielder in January? Obviously, McNally said we were close, possible pass from Liverpool. Do you think it was that close though?
Transfer windows are horrible things, really, because it's very difficult, because even wherever you are as a journalist, you're not party to all the conversations. You're not in there. You get told bits and bobs, obviously, but you can never quite tell. Football is a funny world, and there aren't really many rules. I would imagine they tried to make something happen, and it's a good thing to have out there now, because the pressure's on, and I think it stimulated some debate off the back of a wretched result at West Ham, even though it's a good performance. So there's a bit of that. Personally, I never saw Wes leaving in January. That makes me think.
Do you think
they probably would have got anyone in? No, not really. It wasn't very helpful, a lot of the stuff that was going on. The best thing about a transfer window is it has a definite end. And we've seen it all across the league. Players in that window, their representatives maybe more than them, it's very difficult to say, they're trying to push for something. If it doesn't happen, the player's stuck. And I think when you're a good player, which we've seen with the likes of Luis Suarez, Wayne Rooney, and let's be honest, Wes Hoolahan, they're good players, you want to get them involved. You're not going to shun them and cut your own nose off to spite your face. Something Tim Sherwood's worked the other way, of course, with Emmanuel Adebayor at Spurs. But I think, so no, I don't think Wes was ever going to go in January. Might be different in the summer. But I suppose if I don't think Wes was going to go, I don't think they were going to get a replacement in either.
Yeah. Do you think the transfer window in January especially is beneficial for clubs like us, or possibly you see a lot of snap decisions made, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Would you take the January transfer window out if you could?
I would boil it down to about a week or a day. I don't see why we need to faff around for a whole month. It's just pointless. We end up spending 3 weeks, umming and ahhing, and then everyone actually does some business in the final week. Just boil it down to a week, or even a few days. Because the fact is, you can always have the discussions outside the window. That doesn't need to happen in the window. So you can have a set period where the transfers can actually happen, and I think that would help. At the end of the August transfer window, you still get a lot of rash decisions. £6 million for Victor Anichebe is ridiculous. And West Brom were in trouble at that point as well. And in a way, it's not good for long-term squad building. I think there's quite a few bits of research that have proven that. And the thing is, when you're Norwich City and you're embroiled in a relegation scrap, and 5 of the 6 teams around you do spend a hell of a lot of money on some players who are possibly overpriced and may have a limited short-term impact, the reaction around Norwich is, well, why aren't we doing that? We're going to get left behind, even though maybe the stability, maybe all that summer purchasing will have a little bit more time to gel, to bed, and to work, hopefully, after January. So it doesn't do Norwich or teams in that situation any favours if they do opt for a more stable routine and build, like Norwich do. I think they're quite open about the fact they try and do their squad building in August. So that's what I'd do. I'd boil it down to a week, and you could almost limit the number of transfers a team could do as well. That sort of stuff, I think, would do everyone a favour.